Yeah, of course.
All
Okay, yeah.
Me. Red leather, yellow leather. Red leather, yellow leather.
The Human Torch could not receive a bank loan.
All right. This week's non-game show edition of Just Some Guardians is brought to you by Redacted. Over at Redacted link, you can sign up for a free 30-day trial of Redacted, so you can enjoy the latest and greatest novels from the most celebrated authors in the world. The pick of the week from Redacted Technicians this week is a novel by semi-known author Cherries Waffles Tennis titled Season of the Shadow Meat. Season of the Shadow Meat is an action novel in which protagonist Unique Uponnet is forced to navigate the underworld of the cosmos when his spaceship spontaneously disappears due to an alpha glitch, leaving him stranded in the cold of space. Uponnet must also deal with the sudden rejection of his presence from his fellow star citizens as a beta glitch has left him with herpes on his wrist and a watch on his face. It's a stunningly okay novel in which the action has been described as by listeners as slightly faster than the speed of molasses with just a touch of romance sprinkled on top, like poppy seeds on a bagel. With the reading being done by the acclaimed astrophysicist Pluto's Stillamoon, we promise you won't fall asleep on this novel until at least page 7. So jet on over to Redacted link and get your free trial today to access thousands of decent novels like Season of the Shadow Meat. And now, please enjoy this non-game show edition of Just Some Guardians.
Insert music here. Begin edit point. Pause. Double pause. Pause. Double pause. End edit point. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Just Some Guardians, episode 87. We're back? Question mark sound.
We are?
Question mark? I'm your host, Elmmerfudd Games. Hello, how are you? It's wonderful to see you. This is an audio format, something I have not dealt with in over a year. And with me here, folks, you know him as the effervescent Russell.
Oh, man.
Ooh, how'd that feel to hear?
Man, that's been a long time.
Yeah.
And there was even a sound effect for a while.
Yeah. No, I got to get that reset up. We'll get it good.
Well, I figured I could just do it.
Here.
Effervescent, Russell.
All right. I think it stops being funny after the first 30 seconds, so I figured I'd stop.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, of course. That's how comedy works.
Scientifically proven.
Scientifically proven comedy. There you go. Dude, all right, we're here, right? This is a podcast. We're recording. It's live. Twitch.tv/JustSomeGuardians. You can check that out.
Yeah.
What is this, Friday night? We used to record Thursdays. We're here Friday. I like Fridays. I think Fridays would work better. Yeah.
We fit the Friday night schedule.
Yeah.
That's where all the primetime TV wants to be.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, we're not the late podcast. We're the late podcast.
Right.
Yeah. That's how
it's
many
the best place.
Right? There's like a ton of those late shows that do that, right? There's the late show, there's the late show, and there's the late show.
There's the late show with Chris Ferguson.
Chris Ferguson?
Or the late show with Chris Ferguson?
Yeah. I don't think Ferguson does it anymore.
He's a comedian. He's like Scottish. I saw it a lot when I was traveling.
Yeah, he actually doesn't do that one anymore. It makes me sad.
Oh, does he not?
No, that was one of my favorites.
Did
he finally no, he just retired.
Oh, okay.
No, that man is eternal. He is a national treasure.
He was very funny. I remember watching an episode of his where the lady who played Angela from The Office was on there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And she came in on roller skates, which was very impressive. Look, it's
smooth.
a Mrs. Fudd.
Hi, Lisa.
Like a criminal.
Hey. People can see.
I realized that after.
Is that for me? That's not for me?
No.
Why'd you come in here with an ice cream treat in your hands and not from me?
To bug you?
Well, it's working.
Wait, did she say to F
You
you
have 5
or
seconds
to
to
F
take it, or
with
else
you?
To F with me. Well, I guess both would be the same, right?
Okay. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
One sounds a whole lot better than the other.
No, it's all right. I'm just gonna. It'd be bad for my vocal. We're professionals over here, babe.
if you want it though, you have 5 seconds.
All right, yeah, it's
5,
mine
4.
now. Oh,
She offered it twice.
Well-
Both times you said no. The third time,
Guess I'll go back
it's like when
after
you
the
ask somebody if
rest.
they're all right. You have to ask them
this is
3
really
times.
cold. Here, you can finish it. I'll have one more bite.
My bite or your bite?
Gah.
That would be a your bite.
Okay, I'll go. Welcome back to this
You know, you're
Guardians.
just lucky that I love that I am getting to see Lisa, but nobody else
Yeah,
on the stream.
stream
can
can't see Lisa, but you can. Yeah.
They just see this floating ice cream sandwich come in.
Fantastic.
Oh, if only you can see me. It's just my legs.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stream can't see you. You can't get kicked out.
Yeah, that's fine. Anyway, back to podcasting because we're professionals, babe. Haven't you heard? We're a. No, we don't have any sponsors anymore.
I was about to say, I don't know where you're going with this.
No, I was about to say we're a sponsored podcast, but we're definitely not. Anyway,
We were a sponsored podcast.
yeah, that's true.
You can be sponsored by Spawn.
We can be sponsored by Bode. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Anyway, yeah,
I'd love to be sponsored.
Russell, should we give the good people
You can sponsor me anytime.
a little history here,
Sure.
and then lead in? Let's
What are we
do
getting
this.
in the history of?
So
U.S. history, world history.
I'm thinking probably like Mesopotamian finger foods.
Okay.
Yeah, let's start there.
The introduction of custard through the strawberry years.
Yeah. I liked the strawberry. The strawberry years, I think, was a little overrated, but peak season.
Sure. And then we could also cover the Wafer Wars.
Ooh, yeah, the Wafer Wars of 1334 through 1352.
Right.
That was a scary time for mankind.
It was. Almost
Yeah.
the utter annihilation of the pastry puff.
Of the pastry puff, yeah, absolutely, man. Whew. Just other cow puns that work really well right here. Dairy.
I am terrible at puns.
Yeah, that's okay. So something we've talked about previously on the show for anyone who's been a long-time listener is anxiety that I have, and it's kicking my ass right now. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is a weird scenario to be in once again. Yeah. So like over what was it, a
I
year?
just looked deeply into my eyes.
A year and 2 months ago was the last
Yes.
time we recorded
Oh.
Just Some Guardians, the podcast that you, the listener, are currently listening to right now.
Hopefully.
A year
Anyway.
and 2 months. Well, I mean, if they're hearing my voice right now, then they are hearing the podcast right now.
You never know. I mean, there could be somebody with like some fillings that were put in wrong and they're just picking up a random signal.
That could be. If that happened to you and you're picking up a random signal, look behind you. It's there.
God.
I saw Yes. you
masturbating yesterday.
I'm very disappointed. Use your other hand. But yeah, we just decided before 2020 even started that it was probably not going to be a great year. We had the foresight to see that. And so we're like, we're just not going to record the whole year. We just knew.
That is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we're going with. I like that.
Yeah. So we're pretty
We
brilliant.
prepared.
Yeah. Or you can blame us and 2020 sucked because we didn't record.
That's why.
Yeah. The whole year is
Now
our
we
fault,
know.
folks. We do apologize. There it is. Hashtag Russell Fingers Buttholes in the chat.
Yes. Wait, no, that's not. Hey, that's not right.
That's a
That's
callback.
not right.
That's a callback.
Hashtag J fingers buttholes.
I don't know.
Just so everybody's clear. Hey, you know what? I think.
Do you still have the sticky note?
I don't know. Let's see.
Ladies and gentlemen, over a year ago, for about a year, Russell had the sticky note that if he got banned in chat, he would hold it in front of his camera. Once again, we're streaming twitch.tv/JustSomeGuardians. And so he would show the visual bit of the hashtag, and he might still have that piece of paper with him right now. That'd be incredible if he did.
Like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know it's around here somewhere. My desk is a mess. I'll find it. Keep going. Oh, it died. So anyway, let me see if I can find this while Brett is distracted. So anyway, to give a quick history lesson, Jay likes to ban me for no reason whatsoever.
I don't know about no reason whatsoever.
I do, and you were not here, so I figured I could get away with saying whatever I wanted.
Did you find it?
No, it's in here somewhere, unless my wife threw it away, which is entirely
possible. Yeah, she might have read it and went, "What the hell is this?"
Yeah, man. So, yeah. So Jay likes to ban me for no good reason. So I had to write signage for myself because then he can't ban me for that.
That is very true.
It's gone somewhere.
But yeah, so anyway, like over a year ago, life happened, led into other things, some very depressing things that just, life eats you up sometimes and spits you out and throws you around and doesn't even give you a reach around. And it just kind of came to a point where it'd been so long, we just didn't feel the groove of recording anymore. It just didn't happen. And, come December 2020, I forgot that the podcast really existed. And I got charged by Podbean for hosting fees. And I went, oh, shit. That's right. There it is. Hashtag JFingersButtholes. And so I sent a nice email to the people of Podbean. And I was like, hey, we haven't recorded in like a year. Can I get refunded? Because that happened 5 minutes ago. And they told me, nope, can't happen. And I went, guess we're recording our podcast again. And here we are. That's the whole history. How exciting is that?
That was a great history.
Thanks. Yeah, I was pretty proud of it.
It was beautiful.
Did I miss anything?
I was transported.
Yeah, absolutely. Transported 1, 2, or 3.
I think you missed a couple of things, not concerning our personal history, but COVID, pandemic.
Yeah, that happened. Yeah. Yeah, well, a lot of other people were starting podcasts because they're stuck at home. We continued not to do ours because we're just that good.
We didn't want to get on the bandwagon and get in the fad.
Yeah, exactly.
We're trendsetters.
Exactly. And the trend was set. We did it looked like we were, selling to the man if we just jumped back in when everyone else was.
Yeah.
Right?
I think so.
Yeah. I think the story...
That's what I'm believing about myself.
I think the story of us coming back is the most Just Some Guardians way of us coming back.
Yes.
Like, honestly.
For those who aren't aware, and if you're a first-time listener, this is not a pre-planned. This is not scripted at all. So be prepared, because this is probably going to be a beautiful train wreck or an ugly train wreck. Either way, I'm happy.
I think you are the most beautiful train wreck I've ever seen.
Well, thanks.
Yeah, no problem.
I worked on it.
I know.
I had to make sure that the dead people were arranged in just the right way.
Yeah, of course.
I worked really hard.
Yeah. This dead lady's dress brings out my eyes. I want her at the front for the picture.
Right.
Yeah. You gotta move those around.
Had a nice little brain splatter that I really think accentuates my eyes.
Well, and it was kind of dark, so there's a flash. And as we all know, brain matter, I don't know, the lighting effect off a flash of a camera on brain matter, oh, spectacular. Yeah.
So we have a few people that were asking for a Sekiro update.
Oh, no. I'm ending. We're done. It's over.
My Sekiro update is I never finished it.
You never actually finished Sekiro?
For the last time I played it. No, look, okay, so here's what happened. I get to this stupid monk on this stupid bridge, and I could not beat the stupid monk on the stupid bridge, and I tried to cheese my way through it because I'm a cheater, and that didn't work. So I stopped playing for a while,
Yeah.
and then I stopped playing for forever. You know what? I'll probably go back to it.
No, you won't.
At one point. I enjoyed the game. Like lately, I've been playing Demon Souls.
Oh,
So
yeah.
lately, I'm like, I kind of want to go back and want to play Sekiro. I just haven't. The end. That was it.
That was a good story. Yeah, I like that a lot. Yeah. I'll tell you what.
Thanks.
Here's what we're going to do.
It wasn't super long.
For the 25th anniversary of our stream, of our podcast, Russell will finish Sekiro for the 25th anniversary.
Okay.
Can you agree to that?
I think I can manage.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have a hard time committing to things.
Okay, all right. 50th anniversary.
You know, honestly, I'll probably be dead by then. So, sure, we'll go with it.
Perfect. 50th anniversary of our podcast. Yes. We will get another Sekiro update when Russell plays it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that works out pretty nicely.
That sounds fair.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what have you been playing lately?
Oh, well, big surprise from anyone who's actually listened for a long time. Still rocking that Red Dead life. A lot.
Yeah.
Red Dead Online is still great.
I
Anyone
love
who's
it.
out there. They finally made it where just the online is its own game. It costs $5.
Mm-hmm.
Jump on it.
Which is ridiculous.
Oh my god, it's such a good deal. My
$5.
yeah. That's the ultimate.
That
I'm going to test a game. I'll test a game out for $5.
yeah. And it's a good game.
Yeah. No, do you remember Cheesy?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. He was on that Way Too Many Guests episode with
Yes.
when we with everyone. From you had the elephant hand. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, I yes.
Okay. Cool. It's weird that I remembered that.
It's all coming back to me now.
Yeah. It's weird. It's a flood. Yeah. It just kind of I forgot that you were the effervescent Russell until we did the intro, and I was like, oh, it's here, and it just happened, you know. But he's been like, I don't want to get into Red Dead. Like, it looks like a lot of fun. I love watching pictures. I love watching the streams. It's not something I want to play. And so we finally talked him into picking it up because it's $5. He's like, I'll try a game for $5. And 30 minutes into it, he's like, that was already worth $5. Like, I'm set. And he's been playing almost every night now. It's awesome.
It is such a good game. I am still okay. I'm still a little bitter that everybody started playing on PC because now I have nobody to play with, and now I need to get a PC just so I can play with you guys.
Listen, instead of buying a PS5, you could have went and built a PC.
Let me tell you, it would have been so much easier to buy a PC than trying to get.
Oh
PS5.
yeah. Oh my God, yes. It'd have been easier to walk places and steal parts for your PC than it was to get a PS5.
So I feel like I should tell this story because are you all right with it?
Yeah, bring
It's
it
not gonna be
on.
long.
I am all
Okay.
down for a PS5 story.
So I've been prepping. I'm married. So, shocker, right? Yeah. And my wife is an awesome lady, but for big expenses, I have to prepare her. So last year, when I heard, not last year is in 2020, last year is in 2019, when I found out the PS5 was coming out, I said, Lindsay, I'm going to get a PS5. When it comes out, it'll probably be about a year. It's probably going to be about $500 to $600. Just so you're aware, this is an expense that I'm planning on and that's coming out. And so anyway, come about that time, and so I didn't pre-order like a dummy because I was like, oh, it won't be that hard to find. And then if anybody was trying to get a PS5 during that time, it was terrible, and there were so many scalpers.
Oh my God!
Yeah. I have all my notifications turned on. All my notifications turned on for tweets, So like my phone is going off every 10 seconds with a tweet for like PS5s. So I'm doing this for like 2 weeks. I'm on every drop to try to get one. Walmart was an absolute nightmare. I don't even really want to talk about it. I had one in my cart like five times.
I want to hear about Walmart.
Oh my gosh. So I had a PS5 in my cart 5 times, and it's really just a race because you
Like
have
an
to
actual
check
shopping
out
cart
your
or online shopping cart?
online shopping cart.
Okay.
So and it just never went through, right? I even had my mom helping me in Colorado to try to get a PS5. And it just was not happening. So like I'm planning to I was like, okay, here's the schedule. Here are the ones that I know that are going to come out. I was planning on going to spend the night at GameStop to try to get one, but there were already 2 people in line, and they only had 2 in the store. So I was like, I'm not sitting out here all night. So anyway, it's the Saturday after Thanksgiving, and I had gotten this notification on Twitter that was like, hey, I just bought one from Walmart, and I talked to a manager, and they said corporate just gave the okay that they can sell the ones that they have at locations to people who come in. So I called Walmart, and I was like, and the tweet had just happened, and I saw it, and I was like, so I called Walmart. I was like, hey, is this true? And they're like, yes, we have 2. So you better run.
Oh my God.
I was like, I'll be there in 5 minutes. I was not wearing clothes at the time, and I lived 10 minutes away from Walmart, but I made it there in 5 minutes. So I get up to the electronics counter, and my mask is just like a billows because I ran.
Yeah.
I ran to the car. I ran from the car all the way to the back to get to the electronics section. And so I'm just like, PS5, please give me. And they're like, okay. So they go to the back. They had to get like a manager. So it takes them like 30 minutes because they have to get a manager to unlock the cage to get them.
Yeah.
So I got
and like a bunch of other people are
PS5.
showing up, right?
No.
Really?
Nobody was even aware at this point.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
So I'm the first one there. They went to go and unlock the cage for me, and they bring them out. It turns out they had 4 of them. And as they're bringing them forward and selling me mine, there was one person behind me that was like, I'm going to buy one, my dad's going to buy one, and then these other people are going to buy one. So all 4 of them sold out.
The second
like
you
that.
were there, yeah. If you'd
And
been
I
like
called-
a minute later, you wouldn't have got it, right?
Right. Yeah.
Oh my
well,
God.
Because nobody had known about it.
Yeah.
And I just happened to be paying attention, and so went and got it. And yeah, so I got one the Saturday after Thanksgiving, so a couple weeks after it came out, and I just got super, super lucky.
Wow, dude. That's amazing.
I called Nick because I had texted Nick, and I was like, hey, I got one, because he was looking for one too.
Yeah,
And I was
he
like, "You
had
need to
the
go to Walmart
worst
right now."
experience. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you hear what happened to him?
Well, he told me he went to the Walmarts, but he didn't get there.
Yeah, I get he told me that he actually tried hitting up a scalper until he got his money taken and never got a PlayStation.
No.
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
He didn't tell me that.
I was like, oh my God. That's rough, dude. And that happened to a lot of people.
I thought about it for a minute, and then I was looking at them, and they're like $1,600, and I'm like, there's no way. I'll just wait.
There's not.
I'm not that desperate.
No. I'll wait a couple months to save myself $1,000. Thank you. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Yeah, and that's how. I mean, and it's funny because it took them like a week before they realized what was happening internet sales before like Walmart, Target, all them actually put anything in place to like stop. But at that point, the bots had already bought everything, you know.
Well, and Walmart says that they put something in place. I never saw any changes.
Yeah, but did they? Yeah, and then he said, never, never, ever tell anyone else this. You're right, Jay. He did say that, and I just said it on a podcast. No, he didn't say that. Man, that'd be terrible.
It'd be really funny.
Yeah, I'm going to go check my text now and make sure. Insert new edit point here.
Right.
The sound of me going through. Okay, he didn't say that. We're good. Whew. There we go. We're good. He didn't say.
Oh, you had to go through the text.
I just went through the text messages to make sure we're safe. We're safe, everybody. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Is that the PS5 story?
That's the PS5 story.
That was
I
incredible.
tried to make it short.
You did. You have, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know if Russell's storytelling capabilities have improved in his time away. That was good.
I've worked on that story. I've told it a few times.
Okay, yeah.
I've honed it.
So you honed it, yeah. Yeah, I'm sure the first time you told it, you're like, yeah. And I went and I grabbed a red shirt, and it was this thread count, and he just went super in depth with it.
I did.
Okay, that's what I thought. That's
I
what
did. You know me. You know me too well.
Russell, you've changed. Oh, here we go. We'll just we'll stay on that though. Question in chat from Clear Knight. So, what's your impression of the PS5? What games have you tried?
I actually bought most of the ones that have come out on PS5. I still haven't bought Spider-Man Miles Morales just because I ended up buying Call of Duty. I got Demon Souls, and then Cyberpunk, of course.
Okay, yeah.
And so, and those have been the major releases lately. Immortals: Phoenix Rising I haven't picked up. I plan on it, and then Spider-Man Miles Morales once I get through the games that I have right now.
Oh yeah, that's a huge catalog. Well, what are your immediate impressions of the PS5 so far then?
So it's a big step up from me because I had the PS4. I never got the PS4 Pro, and so the transition is huge. It's just graphically, and what's really impressive is the quickness. Right.
Oh, yeah.
Because of that SSD. It is so quick to load up a game. Loading times are so quick. The only one that I've really had like a significant enough load time to where I'm like, oh, I'm having to wait for like 10 seconds.
What is this?
Yeah. And it was Cyberpunk, and just when I'm loading into it. But the graphic, it's so crisp.
Yeah.
For instance, Demon Souls is the one. Oh, I also got Godfall.
Okay, yeah.
Which I've enjoyed. So, graphically, Demon Souls, which the Souls games are always super pretty.
Mm-hmm.
But the depth and the beauty, I mean, just the beauty of Demon Souls is just... It's breathtaking, which sounds a little corny, but it is.
I think that's asthma.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Asthma. You know, I need to take my inhaler.
Yeah. I think that might be what you're missing.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's beautiful, and the sound, like they did a great job on remaking that game. Because I had never played it originally. I think it came out on the PS3. And I had never played it on the PS3. I came in with Dark Souls.
Yeah.
And but it's so pretty. It's just a good game. It's
I've seen
punishing.
I've seen a couple I've seen a couple streams of it. I've tuned in, and yeah, it's gorgeous to look at. It really is. The lighting is spectacular.
They did an amazing job, and I love the way people's faces will move, because that's never really been a thing in the Souls games.
Oh yeah, it's
they
just kind of like
talk, and then their faces don't move, and
mouths move.
Yeah,
words.
Yeah, if
words.
But you look at somebody and the way that their face moves, and it's just so articulate.
Yeah,
and it's a gorgeous game, and really the PS5 as a whole. Like I played Red Dead on it recently too.
Oh yeah, how's that jumper from? Because you were playing it not on the PS4 Pro, and I remember the first time I played it just on the PS4 Pro, I was like, whoa.
I mean, Red Dead is already a beautiful game.
Oh my god, yeah.
In general, it's kind of funny though, because there are some things that are used to hide, like gravel.
Uh-huh.
Like you're looking at it, and on the PS5 you can actually tell that it's flat, whereas on the PS4 it looked like it had texture. But because on the PS5 you can see those details so well. I also got a new TV.
That helps
so
a
that
lot.
I could really experience everything.
That's smart, dude.
And
Absolutely.
so I'm like, oh, okay. But it looks good. The load times are super, super fast. Much faster than they were on my PS4.
Oh, yeah.
Where it was like 20 minutes to get into an online game. I still want to go through and play the main campaign because
I've been meaning to play through that on PC. Because I still haven't touched the campaign on PC, but I'm like, one, I'm terrified because it's going to be gorgeous, obviously, but like, man, that was a heartfelt campaign. I don't know if I can handle that again.
It's so good though. Like I played through it again a few months ago.
Yeah.
You know, it was on my PS4 and it's so good. I need to play through. I'm excited to play God of War too.
Yeah, dude. Oh, that's gonna be fantastic.
Because I'm gonna play that.
I do have a question for you.
Go ahead. Ask away.
So I saw a video for the Xbox where it showed like turning it on to being in a game, like how fast that is. Like how is that on the PS5? Is it just like push button and then you're in game? Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of times I like Cyberpunk. I just leave up because I'm playing it.
Yeah.
And as soon as I press the PlayStation button and sign in, I'm in the game. Now, if I'm going from the main screen into it, Cyberpunk is a little bit slower just because it's huge. It's massive. But you know, like Demon Souls, as fast as I click the button is as fast as I'm in the game.
That's so fantastic, dude.
Which Demon Soul, the Souls series is notorious for its load times.
Oh yeah. No, I remember when I first started playing Dark Souls, I was like, so
yeah,
I'm gonna go get a snack. I'm gonna get something to drink. Go get a massage.
But you almost kind of like here's the thing, because you almost kind of needed that, especially if you're in a really intense moment and you've died and you're just like you've lost 50,000 souls, which happened the other day, and I had to stop playing it for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Because, and I was so mad. Okay, quick story.
Bring it on, brother.
I'm sorry.
No, don't apologize. I love it.
I'm playing as a royal because I like the magic casters. Plus, you can kind of cheese through most things, and I am not that good of a gamer. So I'm going through this level. And the level is already really annoying because you have these things that are like they're these manta rays that kind of fly around and they shoot these crystal spears at you just randomly.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to move carefully through the level. And then there are all these skeletons that like roll up to you super quick and then slash you to death, and you're like, So anyway, the level is
a lot.
And so I'm making my way through the level. I'm doing really good. I haven't died in a while. I kill the boss, and I was super because like in Demon Souls, like you've played Dark Souls, there are bonfires periodically, and you thank everything when you get to a bonfire.
Oh,
like,
dude,
I can cash in my stuff. I'm good for a minute.
And it's when
Demon
you see
Souls,
one in the distance. It's those last like 15 steps, so you're most puckered.
So, Demon Souls doesn't have any of those. It's only when you beat a boss.
Oh.
It's at the beginning of a level and when you beat a boss.
That's awful.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
So I'm like, I'm puckered because I've done so well, but I've got so much souls. And so you're like super stressed because you're like, I cannot die. If I die, this is going to be terrible to get through this entire level again to try and pick these up. So, but I killed the boss, and it was actually a super easy boss, and I was like, whew, okay. But then I go up to, they call them the archstones in this game. They're not bonfires, but it's a similar kind of concept. I go up to the archstone, and I'm like trying to do the thing and go back to the Nexus, and I've got like 20,000 souls, but it won't work. Like it's not picking up that it's not letting me. It threw up a fog gate, and then it's not letting me into the archstone, and so I'm like, frick. And so I'm like, I guess I thought somebody invaded me. I wasn't sure what was going on. So I go through the level, and then you end up in this dark crypt where there are these ghosts that keep appearing, and you have to kill this Grim Reaper type dude to stop the ghosts from appearing.
Yeah.
And they do crap loads of damage. And so I'm panicking. I'm trying to get to an area to the next boss so that I can try and kill it. I've got 55,000 souls.
Jeez.
That's a lot.
That's a ton.
And so I'm at the boss, and I'm like, I've got him down to this sliver of health, and I'm like, okay, and I've got like this much health left, and then he just pounces on me and hammers me, and I'm like, so I'm like, okay, I can make it back, and if I can make it back, I think I can beat the boss. I get to the first area, immediately fall off a ledge and die. 55,000 souls.
Gone. Oh, no.
So I had to put it down for a couple of weeks.
And how did that make you feel?
I cried a little.
Did you cry a lot?
So it was just one of those things where I was like, and I've gotten used to it because I've played Dark Souls. I played Dark Souls 3. I've played Bloodborne. I haven't played Dark Souls 2. But it was one of those where I was like, I'm used to it by this point, and I know that at that point I need to move on to another game for a bit and put that one to the side.
Yeah. Hide it under some things, lock it in a safe, throw away the key. Yeah.
And about that time is when Cyberpunk 2077 came out, so I transitioned.
Yeah, that's a good transition. Yeah. Oh my gosh, dude, that's insane.
It was infuriating, and I was just like, but I've gotten to the point to where I try not to get too invested, and if something like that happens, I immediately go like, all right, it's time to play Godfall or Zombies on Call of Duty, because anyway. Let you talk for a minute.
Oh,
what have you? Yeah, tell me something. Tell me a gaming story for you.
Oh my God!
So the other night,
whoa,
you guys.
No, hold on.
Okay.
We need to cover something real quick.
All right.
Listeners of Just Some Guardians, I don't know if you listened and heard what just happened. Russell went, I've talked too much. Why don't you talk? For the first time ever. I am feeling really confident about our future.
I've changed. Maybe not for the better.
So far, so good. Stories condensed. Throwing it back. I think we're set. We're going to be the #1 podcast in 2021, brother.
Only because of you.
No, brother. It's a team effort.
Yeah. Okay.
It's 100% a team effort. That's why you're here.
Why?
That's why I sent the text to you. Hey, we're going to do this again. Are you in?
No, I'm pretty sure the text was.
Podcast team, assemble!
I'm pretty sure the text went along exactly these lines.
I actually have the text.
It went, hey, so I forgot to cancel my subscription to Podbean. And I said, oh, does that mean we're going to be streaming again? And you said, yes. And then I said, what do you want to talk about? And you said, yes.
Yeah. I think that sounds about right. Let me see if I can find it. I thought I had it. Oh, no, the first text, this is how I started it, was, hey, what do you do Friday nights?
Oh, yeah, that's...
Yeah. And you're like, it depends. And I was like, yep, totally forgot to cancel the podcast subscription. Might just have to, record shit again. Man, that sounds awful. Right? I figured you'd think that. I'll just forget the whole thing. You're totally right. And then, the rest of what you said was very true.
Yeah.
And now we're here.
I was actually really excited. when you messaged me, because I was like, man, I've missed Brett so much.
I've missed
And
you
so when
too.
you texted me, and I was like, come on, please be wanting to do something. Please be wanting to do something.
And here we
I didn't
are.
seem too excited.
No, dude, I'm so excited you're in the Discord now. Like, just to have you there to like talk to, and oh, it's so nice.
I immediately saw it, and I was like, oh, this is great. I've missed this.
It's wonderful.
I've missed you.
I've missed you. You're a beautiful man. For anyone wondering, so the camera for Russell's actually over here, and the camera for the stream's here. So if you see me always doing this, that's because I'm looking at him, and you're here. There's those of you in the podcast format have no idea what I'm talking about. My voice is the same direction no matter what.
Right.
Oh man. All right. Anyway, you were asking me something. I think. Sorry.
Yes. So we've talked a bit about Redhead, but the other night I was super jealous because you guys got a big group of people together, and it looked like you guys had a great time.
We had a fantastic time.
Tell me.
So we've actually had a few nights this last week where we've had like full posses of people running around again, and it's been
really?
like since the PS4, since last time we had full posses, right?
Yeah.
And running wagons. People are starting with Red Dead being $5. Like, you can't have multiple character slots, and you can't sex change your character, right? And so myself and a few other people are like, well, for $5, I'll start another account so I can have that other character, right?
Yeah.
And how many times can Elmer say full posse and not giggle? Full posse, 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 full posse. That many times. And so I was like, oh, there we go. So that way I can play the female character because they have a bunch of, different clothing options and different things. And it's really cool slitting people's throats as a woman. Right. And,
Sure.
And I didn't even think about the fact that so there was a while when the Naturalist update came out where Red Dead would not even open on my gaming PC. And it was driving me nuts.
Really?
I was in a Reddit group with like 150 other people that had the exact same issue as me, and no one could figure it out. We were all sharing every in-depth detail about our builds, drivers, updates, left and right, everything, right? And none of us could figure anything out. We were all in contact with Rockstar. Rockstar was like, have you tried restarting the game? No help.
Man, that's some grade A support right there.
And so I was like, I wonder if it'll run on the, the streaming PC, which it barely ran on the streaming PC. And so I was able to play it over there, and I had to use a controller. But so I didn't even think about when I picked up this other account that I could run it over there, and Lisa could play the other account. So those of you who don't know, Lisa's my wife. So the last 2 days, like Lisa's been sitting here in the room in this chair behind me, playing Red Dead on the TV up there while I'm sitting here playing it here. And we're like riding around and killing people together, and it's so cool.
That's so fun.
Oh, it's so nice.
Oh.
Yeah, it's so cute. It's so cute. It's the first game we've ever been able to like play together that's not like, a cutesy puzzle game or something, But yeah, anyway. So last night, those of you who don't know, we are recording on January 1st, 2021. So last night was New Year's Eve. So we had a big Red Dead Online New Year's Eve party where we had everyone who could get together on one server came into my moonshine shack. And we all got super plastered, played instruments, played music, slapped each other, hugged each other, laughed it out. We had a big toast at midnight. And then we all left the shack, went to Valentine, murdered everyone in Valentine, and then left the posse, took our shirts off, held hammers, and ran around trying to kill each other. The only word we would say, so we were in a Discord call with like 7 people, and all you heard was murder as people would kill people, And that lasted another like 55 minutes of us just running around strangling each other with shirts off. It was awesome.
So there was a really good memory, and I think that you'll remember this. So it was me, you, Reeb. I think it might have been Clear Night. Anyway,
a Clear Night Red Dead story. Ooh,
this was PS4, and maybe it was Gunbait. I think it was at the Hotel Clear Night because we were in Valentine. And what happened is we ended up somehow, oh, you ran out in the street and like you ran behind the alley, and all that I hear is, "Oh man, now I feel bad."
I
'Cause
do remember this. Yeah.
you had run into the alley after this lady and strangled her to death in the alley, and so you're like, "Man, I feel kind of bad."
Guys.
Well,
Oh.
then she came back, and at this point it was when the bounty hunter had just come out, so we all had reinforced lassos, and we tied her up, threw her on the counter in the Valentine bar, and then this guy Dick Tracy
Yep.
comes up and is like, "Bring out the girl now."
And no one bring out the girl, and no one gets hurt.
It's hurt. So the rest of the night is us running around Valentine, killing this guy, and then the girl gets free, and then they started a posse, and then it ended up being this big posse war with everybody just running around killing each other. Or there was that one time we were streaming and I was playing Red Dead, and Gunbait and who was it? Oh, it was Gunbait and Evil J.
Oh, you're talking about when we were recording the podcast?
Yes, we were recording the podcast, and Evil J and Gunbait found me in game and started killing me over and over and over.
And you didn't get the hint. And all we heard the whole podcast was click, 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 click. Come on!
Yeah.
Oh my god,
it was vivid.
That was a good time. Yeah, it was Miss Livid, dude. Oh, that was a good. Well, because we were fist fighting in Valentine Bar in first person.
Yes.
And she came in, and I chased her in the alleyway, and that was the first time I've ever actually meleeed someone and had, instead of beating them to death with your fist, just choking them with your hands, right? And so it's dark. There's just one lamplight above us silhouetting only her face and my hands as she's struggling. Her hands are slapping my hands as we're slowly getting closer and closer to the ground. And you just hear this, and then her body just goes limp in my hands. And I was like, I will never be the same man again. Oh my god, dude. That was... I still have nightmares about that. I'll sleep and I'll see her face.
Which is funny, because then I'm pretty sure you ran out behind me with a hammer and bashed my skull in.
No, actually, I remember this distinctly because I have a clip of it. It's one of my favorite clips. We had that guy walk in that tried to boss us around into playing poker with him. Do you remember this guy?
Oh, yeah.
He's like, you guys better play poker. We're playing poker. And I walked up behind him and just went on the back of his head with the hammer. We ain't playing shit with you, boy. Oh, man, that was a good time. Wow.
Oh, I need to get a PC so I can play with you.
You need to, dude. Oh, dude. And we had a night. Actually, I think I sent you the YouTube video with all the stuff spawning on us. Do you remember that? On PC, where we had, I'll send you. I thought I sent you the video.
Yes. The skulls and like the twin.
Yeah,
skulls
the twin skull zombie things and the robots and the alligators and stuff. Yeah, so we have, like GTA hackers are very annoying and ruin the game, right? Like they just kill you everywhere, every which direction. But like Red Dead, that happened for a little bit, and I haven't had people randomly blowing me up and throwing me in the sky for a while. But people can spawn things on you if they're hacking the game, right? Or modding or whatever, right? And so that can get, sometimes it's annoying, and sometimes it's just hilarious to be riding and suddenly 300 alligators spawn on you. And you're, oh dear God, and you're flailing around trying to get away. But yeah, we had a night where it was, we were doing a bounty, and we finished the bounty, and we're in Saint Denis, and you just hear Gunbait go, oh my God, and gunfire. And we turn the street, and there's like 50 of these. There's skeletons with two heads wearing like a grandma purple floral print dress chasing him down the street. And so we're shooting, and just piles of these things keep spawning all around us. There's hundreds of these two-headed skeleton old women just chasing us around town. And so we end up at the mill outside Saint Denis, sitting on top of the millery stuff. I don't know, whatever higher ground we could, shooting down at these. We run into by the Braithwaite Manor, and suddenly like these, the robot invention from the campaign that guy. Yeah. That, like, hundreds of those were spawning on us. Yeah. And those are fun to kill because they make this like ka-ting, ka-tong sound when you punch them or shoot them. So that was funny.
Uh-huh.
And then like legendary animals from the campaign, which are huge, just started spawning around us, and then suddenly cougar, like mountains of cougars were disappearing, and that's the most terrifying thing that can happen. It was like 2 hours of us just running in a circle around each other back to back, just shooting everything that moved as robots are jumping at us, skeletons, alligators, legendary animals, cougars, also the animal. It was just, man, that was a crazy night, dude. I couldn't do that every night. It doesn't happen often, but sometimes when it does, you just got to lean into it and just enjoy it for what it is, man.
It seems like it would be fun, but like you said, it's like anything in Red Dead, where when you're getting attacked a lot, but like you're trying to do something else, it can be super annoying.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But sometimes if you just lean into it, it can be a lot of fun.
Exactly, and that's something we've told a lot of people getting into Red Dead, because there's always a ton of bugs in Red Dead Online. That's just you just have to lean into it. That's part of the game. You understand that, and then you just enjoy it for what it is. But another really cool thing. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Another really cool thing about being on PC, though, is because most everyone that plays on PC has a microphone. So there's a lot more like talking to random people in the game, which is a lot of fun.
Oh, sure.
Like, especially like when we're doing wagons, everyone's talking in game. Like another posture, you don't want none of this, you better ride on, boy. And they'll be like, you're right, sorry, we're just doing our own thing, we're hunting by, and they run off, or I don't think so, and they come running, and you just start blasting away, But yeah, just having that constant in-game voice thing is for a character that never talks.
That would be a lot more fun.
Yeah, because your character never talks in campaigns or story missions of any kind online. So to have more of that is really cool.
Well, and it seems like it would be a lot more fun to do the role play. And it would be a lot more fun because you're actually having a conversation with the person that's attacking you, rather than just being like, you're blasted in the head and you're like, wasn't even doing anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Why? What purpose does that serve?
And with it actually going on sale, there's been a ton, especially, Christmas was just happened, a ton of brand new players, right? And so, we're kings walking around with everything unlocked, I was in Valentine this was 2 nights ago, I think. No, 3 nights ago. I was in Valentine buying some clothes, as you do, right? That's the whole point of Red Dead Online, is to look good. And I heard shooting outside, and I opened my map, and there's a posse of 3 dudes running around shooting everything in Valentine. And I look, and sure enough, they're level like 6, 7, and 4 or something like that, Like brand new to the game, what does everyone do when you first get in the game? You shoot up Valentine. You get wanted, you shoot cops until you run out of ammo or die. Yeah, I figure that's how it went. So I walk outside, I'm kid to the nines, I've got bandoliers all over me, gun belts, the double holster, I've got a sniper rifle on my back, my shotgun on my shoulder, and I get on my horse, and I'm like, if they don't do anything to me, I'm not doing anything to them. And one of them runs up and pulls me off my horse. And I went, all right. And so I stood up, and I reinforced lassoed him to the ground. And then his 2 friends ran at me, and I bow-lossed both of them. And just walked up and tied them both to the ground, picked them up, threw them in a pile, set them on fire, and then rode out of town. I was like, "You welcome to my game, bitches." But just having the 2 of them run down the street and just, I felt like Batman out there, man. Just wham, bolas, wham, bolas. Oh, it was so cool. Not a shot fired.
I love the new bounty hunter high tier.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good.
So cool.
Yeah.
Looking.
It's so cool.
They actually that was my favorite, because I immediately, when they did the bounty hunter, because that's my favorite. That's my favorite role. Yeah. That they have. And so
Hawaiian rolls are my favorite rolls. In.
Yeah, but they're good, but not as good as bounty rolls. So I
not sponsored.
Max tiered. Yeah. I immediately max tiered that one as quickly as I could.
Yeah, same dude.
Specifically because I wanted that outfit.
Yeah. Did you get the new bolasses? They're like spikes and skulls all over them.
So expensive.
They're very expensive.
$100, and I lose bolasses all the time.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I spent so much money getting that extra gear
Mm-hmm.
that I like, I got down to like 1,000, which is like the lowest amount of money I've had in Red Dead in a while.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, I want to spend freaking $300 every 20 minutes on bow losses because I
Yeah.
kept freaking losing them.
And I don't think they do anything else. Like I don't, unless they're
They
like
just
a
look cool.
reinforced lasso, but for bolosses, because you
They
can break out
are.
of a bolos. Yeah, they just look cool. So I have them, but I don't
just
think
look
I'll ever
cool.
use them. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I still have a couple, but I don't ever use it. I need to go back and get my hunting hatchet.
Oh
Was
yeah,
my
yeah, yeah.
favorite
Mm-hmm.
because it had that cool curve to it, and so I'd love to just carry that around and just come up to people in the back and stick it right in the back of their skull. Yeah,
Man, that feels good.
Red Dead. Look, if there's anybody who's listening to this who is contemplating getting Red Dead, just do it.
We've
Just-
had 4 episodes about nothing but Red Dead.
I could still talk about it for forever.
Yeah.
Although I haven't played it since I maxed out the bounty.
Mhm.
But it's also more fun to play when you have people online that you can play with.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I guess that means I just need to get a PC.
I think you just need to get it, dude. It's going to change your life if you jump over to PC with us. We're making money hand over. You know how it is. Those wagon runs back to back to back every night.
So
So much
especially when you
money.
get a posse full of people that have full wagons.
Mm-hmm.
That's my only thing. Because when I move over, I'm going to start from the very beginning, and I'm just like,
But you know how fast it is to rank up when if you're doing 6 wagon, you're getting trader XP. Yeah.
I can do the posse. Yeah.
Lisa picked it up, and she's done 2 nights of wagons. She's already ranked like 9 trader,
Yeah.
and that's all she's done is just run wagons with us.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
I should
you'll
probably do
get
that.
powered through, dude. Yeah,
Well,
get a
fine,
PC.
and
That's
then
all I
I'll
heard.
do more.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right.
I've
And then
got-
you'll be
I've
there
got
with
one.
us.
By this time next year, I'll definitely have one.
Okay, cool. And we'll still be playing it for sure.
I know.
No doubts at all. That game
Or maybe
is
we'll
eternal.
be playing the multiplayer CD Projekt Red and complaining about how buggy it is.
No,
or Cyberpunk.
never.
Okay. It is a very buggy game, but it is so good.
I've watching. I'm not playing it, but watching that channel in Discord, I'm like, dude, it's just everyone loving the game. It's so great.
It's I haven't experienced very many bugs on PS5. Although I'm playing my second playthrough now.
Yeah.
And it's definitely done some weird things that I'm like, and at the most inopportune times, like it has this bad habit of like skidding you off of piles of stuff.
Uh-huh.
Like if you're climbing over something and you hit it just wrong, it'll skid you like 20 feet. And so I'll be sneaking out behind somebody and I'll crawl over something, and then just all of a sudden I go, "Phew," like a slingshot, and then all of a sudden I'm in front of them and they go, "What?" And I go, "Ah!" And then I start stabbing them with my mantis blade.
I've done terrible wrong. Well, I think actually with what we were just talking about, we're being used to Red Dead bugs. Everyone that's playing Cyberpunk in our Discord is people that just got used to Red Dead bugs. So I think we're all just like, it's part of the game. Let's just go. You know, where everyone online is, it's not perfect.
And I mean, I can understand for some that are trying to play it on the PS4. I mean, so in all honesty, I had specifically gotten a PS5 when I did. I wanted to get one before Cyberpunk came out.
Yeah.
Because I was super excited about that game and I wanted to play it to its fullest potential. Turned out being a good move, because if I had gotten it on the PS4, I probably would have been pretty upset too.
Yeah. And that is a very important thing, is that the people playing it on the base systems are having most of the issues. So that is valid.
And that's unfortunate. But it is such a good game. It really is very well done. And the mantis blades are the most fun thing ever. I was literally, so if you go over your carrying capacity, you'll like walk very, very slowly, like in Fallout.
Yeah.
You know? But I found this out. So if you have the mantis blade, you can lunge at people if you hold down the heavy attack button. So I'm trying to go and sell all my stuff at like this sell point. So I walk into this area, and apparently it was like one of the things that goes on in the city. And I wasn't aware that I was walking into something like that.
Yeah.
And so, like, I'm walking really slow, and I come into the middle of like all these people, and it turns out that all these people are bad guys. And so they immediately flashed a red and start attacking me, and I'm like,
Not good,
So-
not good, not good.
So the whole time I would aim at them, hold the heavy trigger, and lunge at them and kill them, and then I would turn to the next person and lunge and kill them. So I'm bounding from person to person to person, and then I felt like Jason from like the Friday the 13th movies, because I'm walking super slow until I can get the person, and then I lunge at them and kill them immediately, and it was the best.
That's so awesome. Oh my
'Cause it
god.
does the
What's
whole
that
thing-
old turtle over there doing?
Yeah. Because not only do you lunge at them, but you lunge at them and then you pick them up like this and you slice them in half.
Jeez.
And so I just, and then I would jump. And so there's just at the end of it, there was just this pile of dismembered bodies.
Could you loot them?
And it was great. Oh yeah, because
just
then
add it to the pile to sell.
I'm already over capacity, so I just kept grabbing stuff from them, and then
might
I
as well.
walked over to the terminal and sold all of it for like 3,000 euro.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes when I'm laying on the couch, you know, covered in empty Reese's wrappers and roll over and there's one more cup sitting there, I'm like, well, I've already gone this far. You just got to go for it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You know, Jabba the Hutt had a lot of ladies. I might as well go for it.
So there was something cool that I also wanted to talk about.
Ooh.
Because now I give you your chance to talk. So now I can just talk the rest of the time.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll just lay back.
New Year's resolution. Yeah. No, so a haptic trigger for the PS5. Right? So it's this really cool thing, but the only game that's really utilized it to its fullest potential, in my opinion, has been Call of Duty.
Ooh,
And
explain.
I got Call of Duty because I wanted to experience the haptic triggers. So when you're aiming, and mostly I've just played zombies because I love that game mode.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So when you're aiming, it actually is like the heavier the weapon, the harder the trigger is to pull it up to do your iron sights.
That's cool.
But then also, if you have like fully auto or semi-auto, then you can feel the trigger jolts under your finger as you're holding the trigger for like the light machine gun. It'll go tick, 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 against your finger. So by the end of it, it actually it makes my fingers sore, my index, because there's resistance to it.
Oh yeah,
Like,
exactly.
but it actually makes you feel like you're actually shooting the gun because the whole thing is going. It's fun.
That's awesome,
it.
dude. Yeah, I forgot that was a feature. That's actually really cool.
Yeah.
Huh. What other? Yeah, besides Call of Duty with like a gun pull, like what else could use that feature? Like obviously they thought a lot of games could because they made it a feature.
So for instance, Demon's Souls.
Yeah. That's a game.
It feels really good when you get like a backstab or even shooting the soul arrow spell. Because it's not so much with the triggers, but it's the way it vibrates in your hand.
Mm-hmm.
It's a visceral reaction that feels very different from, doing anything else. Like you can feel it when you make that backstab, or you can feel it when you're shooting the soul arrow, and they're unique. And it's just because of the different areas in which it's rumbling against your hand, and then the amount, it feels good.
That's awesome, dude.
It really is different. Okay, so this is a weird thing, but when you're playing a game and your hands get sweaty,
Oh yeah.
the whatever material they made the controllers out of, it gives you such a good grip. Even when your hands are kind of sweaty,
Ooh, that's a grip.
controller,
Yeah.
and it's kind of like slipping under your hand. it doesn't feel wet at all. Like it feels solid in your hand. The controller, no, yeah, no, that, yeah, kind of
Yeah.
like my hammer.
Yeah, it doesn't feel wet at all, but it's very solid. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Evil J brings up a good point. Horizon Zero Dawn. I think we're going to see more games that are going to be using the haptic
Yeah.
feel of the controller, and I don't think it's something that's really been realized to its best potential yet. But I think it's definitely something that's coming along the line. I think Assassin's Creed tried to do something with it because they moved the attacks to the triggers, right?
Oh, that's true, yeah. And there's different
and
like
so-
weapons with different like attack strengths and speeds.
Yeah, I
So that
haven't
makes
really
sense.
felt much of a difference
Uh-huh.
in the different things, but I honestly haven't. I played it a lot because I had gotten it on PS4, and then when I moved to the PS5, there were other games that I wanted to play more. So I haven't gone back to it, but that game is really good too.
Yeah, no, that's incredible. We're going to definitely do an episode on just that. I haven't beaten
Okay.
it yet, but
Okay,
that's a solid game.
I'll have to play some in advance before
Yeah,
we get.
I still
into
it's a huge game, man. I've put like
It's
50
so-
hours into it, and it's like you are 12% through the game. I'm like, are you what?
Seriously. So I was so I had played it on PS4, and then they were like, "Oh yeah, all you have to do when you get your PS5 is you can just download the saved file that you already had from PS4 to PS5."
Yeah.
When I loaded it up, because something had happened where I guess I wasn't online or something, and so the last save point that was saved to like the Ubisoft was like 30 hours prior to what I had left off on.
No.
So I was like, you have got to be kidding.
I mean, I guess that's better than starting over, but no.
It was basically, I was in the starting area again. And it was
No.
right at that point, you know, in the starting area, you come and you get to fight that one really tough guy who's
Yeah.
kind of a pain in the butt.
Mhm.
Kill. It was right before that fight.
Oh my. Yeah, that's like 3 hours into the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, no way. But I finally was able to get it to where I was online, saved my game on the PS4, and then I was able to transition it over to the PS5.
Oh, okay.
So I actually got my current save file
Whew.
on there, and I was like, oh, thank goodness, because I was like, I don't know if I want to go through.
Dude, that was
all
giving me a heart attack.
It was terrible. It gave me a heart attack. I was like, why is it doing this?
Oh my god. All right, well, I think I'm going to give an update on the tournaments thing because we haven't talked about that.
Yes.
And that's actually become more of a thing than it was last time we were doing the show. And then maybe we get out of here. What do you think?
Okay. Sounds
Okay.
good to me.
Yeah. So last time we were recording was when we'd first started doing, I think we'd done like 2 tournaments last time we were recording the podcast, right? And it was just kind of a fun little thing. I think I'd shoutcasted 1. I think our last episode was me talking about like the first time we shoutcasted, right? And so those have taken off huge, right? It's astronomical night and day where they are now to where they were. I was only doing Apex before. Now we've brought Warzone in the mix. So we do one of those a month and 2 tournaments a month, one of each of those games, right? So
Right.
we'll do Apex 2 weeks, Warzone 2 weeks, Apex 2 weeks, Warzone, right?
Warzone, is it crossplay?
Yes, Apex is actually crossplay now as well. That happened a couple months ago.
I might
Yeah,
have to get in on some of that.
you might. I'd play that with you for sure, dude. Let's play some Apex
Okay.
sometime.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, so we've had, so it was me and Ferg shoutcasting for a long time. He's had some life stuff come up, so he's had to dip out, which has been it's been cool. I miss the guy. Me and him have really good chemistry, but it's been cool kind of bringing in someone different, like from the tournaments, who are like, I don't want to play anymore. I'm like, hey, come shoutcast the next one with me, so they can see both sides of it. And, some people are really good at it, and some people just aren't.
Or not.
Are not to name names, but some people, it's you're like, all right, hey, you can talk now. It's okay. Hey, come on, words. But yeah. So this I think was it 2 weeks ago, we had our 16th Apex Legends tournament.
Wow.
Yeah, crazy. We've had 7 Warzone. We did 1 Fortnite one. That doesn't count. But yeah, so we've had 16 Apex Legends tournaments now. We've done 7 Warzone ones, and we're cruising, man. It's been awesome.
All right.
The numbers.
If you ever need somebody, let me
Yeah.
know.
Oh, absolutely. No, you're on my list for Apex ones for sure. I was actually thinking about that a couple weeks ago. Yeah, you're on my list, brother.
Okay.
Don't worry about it, because
You're on my
me and
list,
you
too.
bounce back and forth very well.
All the time.
Hence
That's
why there's a podcast.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. One without a script.
Yeah. No, everything you've heard we've been practicing all week flawlessly.
Right.
Me saying
Yeah.
this to you right now is in the script. I think we've
Exactly.
performed
The
flawlessly.
The us. The
Yep.
likes.
The pauses. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The awkward
The
pause.
ice cream sandwich phenomenon. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, the
all
floating
scripted.
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
For a second, I was like, what are you talking about? And I was like, oh, yeah. That thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Some people
I-
fall into a gray area for shoutcasting. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely, Jay.
If you don't mind, I know we said we were going to do that and then get out of here, unless there was something else you wanted to talk about.
No, it's been super fun. It's been really cool for me. My stream numbers are awesome when we do the tournaments. A lot of people that are friends of people competing are in the stream. It's gotten to a point now where we just drink and talk shit about everybody, right? It's been awesome. But
Sure.
but like when people finish, their time slot and there's one team left remaining, like everyone will come into the stream chat and everyone's just hyping them on. And it's happened. It's not like none of this is scripted. Again, these tournaments, like it just happens, but every single tournament, the last team playing has gotten a win. So everyone comes in and they're hyping up and this last team gets a win and everyone just absolutely loses their shit. And it's so cool. It's the hype. Oh, it's huge every time. It's so cool to watch.
That would be a lot of fun.
Yeah. But yeah, so the main thing is they're going
I'm
great.
excited.
I'm loving them. Please jump in on them. I think next Saturday is our next Warzone one, so look for that. Contact me for that. And it's great. Russell, what do you got?
So, I was thinking that to celebrate our first
Oh,
time back in a year,
yeah.
I should tell a poop story.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen,
Because
we
I
have
feel
returned.
like
It's poop story time.
that was a pivotal part of our podcast.
That was the
That just
cornerstone that we built upon. We were having episodes and they were flopping, and then you were like, "I'm going to tell a poop story," and suddenly we blossomed.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm going to tell a little story. I don't think I've told it on this podcast before, but I call it Delving the Deep Hole.
There's a title for this story too.
There's a title for it.
All right.
So a few years ago, I had the wonderful opportunity to get a colonoscopy,
Oh, lovely.
which if nobody has had one of those before, it is where they insert a tube with a camera on the tip of it up your butt.
Mm-hmm.
And it is just the most wonderful experience in the entire world. But to get ready for this, they give you what I can only describe as a demon lord's milk. It is a medication that you have to drink. You have 4 liters,
Yeah.
and you have to drink a liter every hour for 4 hours. And preceding this, you cannot eat or drink anything else except for water. And also, I had gotten mixed up on the directions for the medication because they were like, okay, make sure that you only add one, like you can add Crystal Light or you can add this flavor that we've provided, but you can only add one of them. And I thought that it was one to the entire jug, not one per liter. So the first time I'm drinking it, I'm like, I can do this. Like,
Yeah.
it's medicine. It's fine. It's a liter of this stuff that you have to drink in an hour. You have to drink a liter in an hour. So I'm in the basement of our house because that's where my bedroom was.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so I start drinking this stuff, and it tastes like urine and metal.
Mm-hmm.
It is the worst. And so I drink it, and the first time I drink it, I'm like, so I have to, I'm like walking around the basement at this point, trying to get myself pumped up, and I'm like, all right,
I'm a winner. I'm a champion.
it's a clip moment for those who are watching. So I'm like, and I'm drinking it, and I'm drinking it, and I'm drinking it, and I'm like, and I'm like timing myself because I'm trying to get this stuff down in an hour.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, so I get the first liter down, and I'm like, but then I realize I only have 10 minutes between like when I have to drink the next liter.
Yeah.
And this stuff is just, the phrase that comes to mind is piss rain. I don't know why.
Piss rain. Okay.
But that's,
all right.
yeah. So I'm like, okay. So I drink the next liter, and at this point, I'm in the basement.
Yeah.
The bathroom is up 2 flights of stairs.
Okay.
And this stuff is meant to empty your colon.
Yeah. So
And
the camera doesn't get blocked.
Anything that you've eaten in the last day. But, I mean, I swear I was pooping out coins that I ate as a child.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, I literally, it felt like, archaeologists, they go through and they dig up bones.
Yeah.
I'm looking in the toilet, and I'm like, hey, I recognize that. That was from Joe Blastergun.
Did you just say you were digging through the toilet?
No, I wasn't. Okay, I could look because I could see it because it's see-through. I haven't eaten anything. So I'm drinking this stuff, and not only am I having to drink this stuff, but now I'm making routinely 10-minute trips.
Yeah.
Every 10 minutes I'm having to go to the bathroom, which means I'm having to go up 2 flights of stairs, and I'm not really in my right mind because the wise thing would have been like, you know what? I'm just going to chill by the bathroom.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just going to stay in the bathroom.
Going back down to the basement.
Yeah, because you're smart.
Because I had to, I also had to psych myself up to drink the next liter. So I go through this hellish experience all night long. I mean, all night long. And so then they give you, so then there's one final thing, and it was Sprite flavored magnesium citrate, which is just to give you that little extra.
What a sentence. What a sentence.
But also throughout this whole experience, I have not been able to get rid of that taste of that medication.
Yeah.
Because you're just having to continuously drink it, and water's not doing anything. It just sits on your tongue and like eats through it, and you're like, I can't feel it. And you're like, at the end of it, I felt like I had been in the boxing ring for 9 rounds with George Foreman. Because I'm like, I'm drinking this, like I felt like Rocky sitting on his chair, like, I can't do it. Throw in the white towel. Throw it in. Because I'm like, and I'm sweating. And I'm just like, cut me, coach. Cut me, coach.
Put me in, I'm ready to play.
So finally, I get to drink this magnesium citrate, and it is like, it was the best thing that I've ever drinking in my entire life. Because I'm finally able to get this nasty taste out of my mouth. And I'm just sitting. I remember vividly. I'm sitting on the toilet drinking this because at this point, there's no point in leaving.
Oh yeah.
There's no reason to leave because it's a continuous fountain of now clear liquid that is leaving my butt.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It got to the point to where I couldn't even feel my anus anymore. I had to check to make sure it was still there. So, like, every time I'm wiping, I'm like, is it? No, okay. Is it? No, it's okay. Yeah, it's still there. And so, finally, I get to sleep. I've expelled everything from my body that can be expelled.
Uh-huh.
And so, now I have the procedure in the morning.
Yeah. But wait, there's more.
There's more. So I come in for my procedure. And they put you under while you're doing this.
Yeah.
Luckily.
Yeah, you don't want to feel
like,
yeah.
At a certain point, I was like, the doctor's like, hey, do you have any questions? And I'm like, yeah, is there a way that I can make this experience better for you? Like, how can I, And he's like, no, man, don't worry about it. It's good.
Yeah.
And that made me more worried.
I'm sure he has seen the worst possible things you could ever imagine.
I mean, he's already had his finger up my butt, so I figure he's about to stick a tube up there, no big deal.
Yeah, why not?
So they bring me in, they have
invite him over for Christmas.
Oxygen hooked up and everything because they're feeding me. That's how they're giving me anesthesia. And the nurse is like, all right, I'm going to start feeding it to me. Let me know when you feel it. And I don't remember what happened. But the next thing, I'm like, ooh, I'm feeling that. And she goes, oh, are you feeling it? And I said, yes. And that's the last thing I remember until I'm trying to put my clothes back on. At this point, I'm farting like a beached whale. And oddly not embarrassed by it at all.
Okay.
And also, I'm pretty sure all the nurses are watching me get dressed. Because one of them said, do you need help? And I said no. And then I fell on my face.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so they wheel me out because they have to pull you out in a wheelchair. My parents are there to pick me up. And the whole time, there's just a steady stream of air passing between my butt cheeks.
Yeah, you sound like a Nerf football. Yeah.
Right. That's been kicked around a few too many times. So I'm like, I really need something to eat. I'm starving. It's the only time in my life I've eaten Whataburger, because Whataburger is just not my favorite.
Uh-huh.
But we go get Whataburger, we get home, and I have to walk up the basement stairs, and I'm carrying a book and a drink. And for some reason,
flashbacks.
Those things unbalanced me so much that I fell on the stairs. And all my stepmom hurt. In my head, I'm like, hey, I'm about to fall. Can you help me? And what came out of my mouth was, falling. As you hear, as I'm falling down the stairs. So, the last part of this story is, we go out to eat on the porch. And I'm like, man, I've got to go to the bathroom. I go upstairs to the bathroom. And I decide, it's such a nice day. I'm going to open the window. Sit down on the toilet. And I contemplate my life choices. As a hurricane is exiting my butthole.
But you can't feel it. Yeah.
I can't feel it. So all I hear is... And then I hear... sweet voice of my father going, shut the window. And that is the story of my colonoscopy.
Bravo. Take a bow. Oh my God.
And then because it's been requested, for those of you who are first-time listeners, my wife does not like it when I cuss. So, fuck shitballs. Just for you, EJ.
Wow. That was beautiful, man. I think that's a perfect place to end our first episode back. What do you think?
I think so, too.
Yeah. What a nice little hat to put on this little gift, right? That we've sent out to the audio world.
It's out there forever now.
Yeah, and that's a wrap, folks. Well, Russell,
Yes, sir.
dearest beloved Russell, if people would like to find you in the future, it's been a while since you've done this.
Oh,
Where can they find you?
yeah, no, I forgot.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Here we
Oh,
go.
no.
Here we go.
All right. Go, bring it up full circle again. PSN, Jex7250.
Now say it with confidence, with pizzazz.
Jackal. Oh, it's Jackal. It's not even Jex. It's Jackal7250, I think. And then we have on the Discord, Jackals. Oh, I have it up.
You got this.
7250.
I'm so proud.
I think on PSN it's Jackal72590, but whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
It could be the same in both places.
Good branding.
On Twitter, it's something.
On Twitter, it is drjex0725.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, buddy.
You got it.
I got you.
Yeah, mostly I post some artwork, although there's not been a lot of that lately. And then D&D stuff. I retweet a lot of Elmer's stuff.
Yeah, it's really nice.
He's awesome.
Stop.
He's the best.
Stop.
Where can they find you, Elmer?
Okay, let's see if I remember how to do this. You ready? All right. Here we go. Let me get prepped. All right. It's been over a year. Here we go. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us for episode 87 of Just Some Guardians. You can find us on Twitter at JSGcast. Link to the Twitter is a way to get into the Discord if you'd like to go in there and talk to those of us in the community and have a great time. You can find us here on Twitch Friday nights now at about 11:30 p.m. Eastern Time, twitch.tv/JustSomeGuardians. You can email us justsomeguardians@gmail.com. You can also, I'm losing it. I think that was all those places, right?
Oh, no.
You can go to our website, JustSomeGuardians.com, for all the information you want to know about us in the future and all those good stuff. As for myself, hi, I'm Elmmerfudd. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, all those places, at Elmmerfudd Games. M-D. Russell.
Oh, man.
I forgot this. Russell. Take us out.
Join us next week on Just Some Guardians for mutual chaos and utter incompetency.
Wow! Wow! We did it! We did it! We did it!
I am so surprised.
Wow. That felt good.
It did feel good.
Yeah, man. Hey, it's like we never left. Whew. Flawless intro, flawless episode, flawless outro.
Well, we've always bounced really well off of each other.
That is very true. That is a thing
That's
that
why
you've
we've been
done.
friends for
Way too long.
15 years?
No,
16
years. No. Yeah. 17 years. Jinx, you owe me a kiss on the lips. Ooh. We got a poop story clip. Thank you, Clear Night. Appreciate you.
Oh, great.